our Sidebar. I'm Dina Kupfer. We've got our friends from Del Rio and Carawa here. All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for being here with us today. We have three very interesting topics, a wide range this morning to talk to you about, and kind of the legality behind each. So first, we want to stick with this. It's the Hawks fan at the NBA game injured his knee. And now there's some problems for this gentleman. So what happened here?
Yeah, if you look in the comments, everyone's like, he's going to sue the whole NBA and everything like that. Basically what it is, it's one of these halftime games. I think it was tic-tac-toe where they're doing a layup and then they get to put down an X or an O.
Okay.
One of the fans, you see it. He really went for it and he injured his knee. And so the question is, does he have a lawsuit?
Right.
There's a lot of reasons why the answer is no.
Okay.
And one of them is, the main one is what's called assumption of the risk. And whenever you take on particular sports, you have to assume the risk of that sport.
Okay.
Basketball, blowing out your knee on a layup is a foreseeable risk. And so you're not really going to have any type of lawsuit there.
Okay.
Second, most people haven't signed waivers. I'm sure he signed some sort of waiver that said that he wasn't going to sue them. So they're not going to be able to sue for that reason. And third, you have to find that the other party did some sort of negligence, like they did something wrong.
Like on purpose?
Yes.
Like if the floor was overwaxed.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Something like that.
Okay.
And those floors are pristinely taken care of.
Sure.
So you're not going to find any negligence in that part either. So there's very unlikely that there's going to be a good lawsuit, but that doesn't mean that he's not still going to sue.
So he'll just walk away with a bum knee. Likely. That's kind of what we're going to see out of that. Okay, and then this one. So this is insane to me. A man is accused of stealing diamonds, but where they ended up is a whole nother story. So tell me what the heck happened here and now what the legality behind all of it is.
I mean, this is just one of these fun stories that he's done something very similar to this before, actually, where he went into a Tiffany's and he was looking at jewelry and he had all the intent to steal it. He grabs it. He tries to get out of the secured room. He finally makes it out. He makes it onto the road. He gets into his car. Police chase him. And before they can arrest him, he swallows a bunch of the jewelry.
Oh my gosh, we saw the x-ray.
So they take him into jail and they do an x-ray. They see that he has something in his stomach. When they checked him in, he actually said, "Are you going to book me for what's in my stomach?" So
it's the Shaggy. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. Da, 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 da.
So here's the whole part of this though, is that
gosh.
one, he obviously there's theft once he attempts to leave the store with it. Once he leaves, it's absolutely theft.
Yeah.
He's going to be booked for theft. Swallowing it is not destroy the evidence. It's going to pass. They're going to get him for it. And if they didn't, then they would have to get a search warrant to go inside of his body to get it, which they're probably not going to do that. But long story short, yes, he absolutely stole these. And
Look at that x-ray.
he made the comment that he should have thrown it. And honestly, if he didn't want to get caught, that's what he should have done, because then they wouldn't have the evidence. Now
Like
they have
it's
the evidence.
literally inside of your body. They know that you now have this. And
I'm not telling you how to get away with crimes.
But now there's nothing that they can say otherwise, right?
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Also, what happens with the diamonds after that? Do they go on for?
I think they clean them.
You would
Diamonds
hope.
are
You would hope.
forever.
Right.
Maybe
Think
you get a
about that
discount.
the next
get a
time
discount on
you
it?
buy your diamonds. Okay, there we go. Maybe worth more. I don't know. Okay, and then finally, this one is another wild one. So these workers at a Denny's, they have an employment through the chain. They are paid a certain wage in the state, but something goes wrong with the way that they're tipped and they're getting those monies back.
Yeah, so it's not something we have in California, but a lot of states and federally, they allow what's called a tipped worker. A tipped worker is where you're in a classification where you're expected to receive a large portion of your income from tipping.
Right.
And because of that, they allow the employer to have a tipping credit where they can actually lower against the minimum wage what you receive. I think it's like $2 and something cents per hour that they can go ahead and do.
Okay.
And so what they have to do though is you have to be doing that tip capable work so that you will make up for that missing wage on the tips. Denny's apparently was accused and settled out on the claim that they went ahead and they would make these people tipped workers to lower their base wage, but then would have them doing non-tipping work.
Right.
So they couldn't get the tips to make up for it.
Right. So then they end up suing.
Yes. And
And
so the lawsuit ends up going ahead. They end up settling for just over $4 million. And the judge just ordered the attorney's fees reduced to about 25%. So there was about $1 million in attorney's fees on it. So.
And they have to remember to tip their lawyers as well.
Right.
Is that a thing? You know, I didn't know if when you put the credit card in the machine at the end, it says 10, 20, or 30% tip.
Right.
It might become a thing, though.
Well, all right. All right. Both of you, thank you so much. We always appreciate you coming in, Del Rio and Carawa, with some legal stories, advice, kind of. The diamond story is the one that sticks with me, though, guys. All right, we'll send it back to you.
That one stuck around for a while.
Literally.
Dina, thank you.